Do you want to relive the golden days of Stockton? Join Nate Knott on Stockton Alive every first and third Monday at 6 p.m. Tune into thevoiceofstockton.org.
This is crazy, man. We're back in this month. Go forward. Get busy. Crazy girl.
Baby girl, I'm just curious. Loving the look in your eyes. Sipping, you make me delirious. Come with me, take us a ride. Whip game is so furious. 4 to the 1 to the 5. Baby girl, I can't deny you are foreign, baby. Baby girl, I'm just curious. Loving the look in your eyes. Sipping, you make me delirious. Come with me, take us a ride. Whip game is so furious. 4 to the 1 to the 5. Baby girl, I can't deny you my foreign, baby. Hey, come ride with me.
Vamos a vivir la película.
Oh, come ride with me.
Me llama y el básico conmigo se va.
Hey, come ride with me.
Vamos a vivir la película.
Oh, come ride with me.
Me llama y el básico conmigo se va.
Ride or die, no lie. 0 to 100 real quick. Ice dripping, we foreign whipping. My murder mommy's gon' feel this. No new friends. Only down for my day ones. Swimming up in them Benjamins. My baby girl, that's my day one. Haters know we just dab on them. Bros know we just style on them. Respect mine, it's fan first. The real ones we gon' ride for. Baby girl's my queen. On the real her, I just ride for. Mob ties, that's for life, folks. My foreign baby. Baby girl, I'm just curious. Loving the look in your eyes. Sipping, you make me delirious. Come with me, take us a ride. Whip game is so furious. 4 to the 1 to the 5. Baby girl, I can't deny you my foreign baby. Hey, come ride with me.
Vamos a vivir la película.
Oh, come ride with me.
Me llama y el básico conmigo se va.
Hey, come ride with me.
Vamos a vivir la película.
Oh, come ride with me.
Me llama y el básico conmigo se va. Sabe distinguir entre lo falso y lo real. Ella me conoce y sabe que soy real. Preciso infelino, mortal al marcel. Ha buscado y no he encontrado a alguien que se lo haga igual. En la cama la de Richard, la hago orinar, ella se pone mortal, yo me pongo letal. Hacemos exceso, estilo animal. Ella sin copia y original. A veces yo trato, lo puedo evitar, me dicen que ella me mato y la vuelvo a llamar. Y yo la vuelvo a llamar, el sofá es testigo, el baño también. La cama no es ajena, en el piso se ven su ropa interior y mi camisa. Haciendo el amor, ella me notiza. Cuando la toco, ella se eriza, se la coloco donde la hechiza. Ella no es mona, pero bajo esta lisa. Yo bajo para el sol y no salgo ni visa. Soy el experto de todo su cuerpo. Soy el experto de todo su cuerpo. Lo meto vivo, lo saco muerto. Lo saco muerto. Paso la mano como Roberto. En cuestiones de sexo somos perfectos.
Baby girl, I'm just curious. Loving the look in your eyes. Sipping, you make me delirious. Come and just take us a ride. Whip game is so furious. 4 to the 1 to the 5. Baby girl, I can't deny you're my foreign baby. Hey, come ride with me.
Vamos a vivir la película.
Oh, come ride with me.
Me llamo y el básico conmigo se va.
Hey, come ride with me.
Vamos a vivir la película.
Oh, come ride with me.
Me llama y el básico conmigo se va. No está presente. Y no te puede engañar. Go for it. Get busy. Vamos conmigo a viajar.
Hey, welcome to KXVS 92.1 FM, the voice of San Joaquin. Oh, I love saying that. I love saying that because it's something new, and it's 2019, and a lot is going to take place this year for the radio. Hey, Art, how are you, Art? Thank you so much for coming in and being my guest today. How are you?
I'm good. I'm here.
You're good and you're here. I'm so happy because now I have somebody that I can interview.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm glad that you came in and checked up on the radio.
Yes.
So
I had to check up on the global village. See how everyone's doing in the global village.
Oh, how sweet that is. Yes. Well, tell me what do you think about the new name, the Voice of San Joaquin?
It's good. So I'm still trying to digest it. That's good.
Okay. What does Gov tell you?
I have not talked to anybody.
Okay.
I've been incommunicado for a while.
Okay. And why is that?
Oh, because I have a new employer, so.
So
I'm
you're
busy.
you are training.
Yeah, I'm still in my training session. Yeah.
Training period.
Yes.
Well, is this something that you see yourself doing for a long period of time, or is this something that
Yeah, it's
Yeah?
a good, it's a nice gig.
as long as it pays good,
gig,
right?
Yes, it pays decent.
Okay.
It's enough to pay my bills.
Okay. What is decent pay to you?
Well,
Minimum wage is what?
that's the thing is,
It's supposed to be $15,
yeah,
right?
it's
But
supposedly
not all areas
not
acknowledge
everybody get that. Not everybody gets that yet, but supposedly by I think it's next year, it's supposed to be $15 across the board. Whether that happens, that would be good, but I know a lot of employers will be grousing. They'll be going, "Oh, that's too high," and then we'll have to raise our prices. Well, that's the thing. That's part of the spiral.
that. But it's needed, Art. This is something that
Well, it's
people
so
need
that
to make a
people-
living.
So people can, get a reasonable wage to live a decent life.
Yes.
In this society,
So
as we like to call it. I don't want to get political here. It's like,
well, hey, that's okay if you get a little political.
no,
I don't mind that. I'm pretty sure the community doesn't mind either.
no, it would only just get me miffed.
Well, every now and then we do have to get miffed, only because we got to keep it real. We gotta.
Yeah, it's true. You needed to keep it real. But it's like everybody is now just, putting their nose to the grind and grinding it out and going through the days, especially now since it's winter time.
Yes, and
Yeah.
you could feel the cold. And one thing I feel for is the homeless
Yes.
people out there. It is freezing cold out there.
Yeah.
I can imagine what they're going through if they don't have shelter.
Well,
So,
outside, in the morning, it's freezing in the morning. It's at
Even at
32
nighttime.
degrees, or it's hovering around freezing.
Yes.
And so, you have to be sensitive to the homeless out there. So
It breaks my heart every time I see them, out there in the
Well,
cold.
yes, especially here in California, because I've noticed that there is a lot of homeless here in California, and not just this city,
Not just Stockton.
not just Stockton, and not just San Joaquin County, but all the cities in California. There's a lot more homeless.
I keep hearing, a lot of the homeless are coming from different areas or they're dropped off here in Stockton area.
Yeah.
And it keeps growing. The number keeps getting higher and higher.
Well,
Why do you think that they choose to drop off the homeless here in Stockton?
well, because we have what is it? We have services that provide, basic, like
Basic needs.
health care.
Yes.
We have food banks that provide food. Mainly it's just basic food, and then there are also organizations like St. Mary's Dining Hall, which provides food
Right.
almost on a daily basis.
True.
And people on the street, they hear about this stuff, and they eventually gravitate to here. And the other thing is that Stockton, over the last 15 to 20 years, has become the affordable housing for the Bay Area.
Yes.
And so it's different than if you go to Modesto or if you go to Sacramento, because there are a lot of younger people who are mainly what is it? They're more freewheeling, they're more happy-go-lucky, whereas here in Stockton, there's a lot of families, and that there are also a lot of individuals, just looking to seek shelter. And the thing is,
Right.
they're looking for places that'll provide them with some of the basics and also not hassle them as much. And so that's how they end up gravitating to here. So, you got to be compassionate, or you have to be tolerant of this.
Yes.
And it's hard to do, especially you and I having grown up in this town
Yes.
and having watched the city, I don't want to say go downhill, but essentially people from outside say, yes, Stockton has gone downhill. And part of that is because of that. But then another thing is because we have a number of, shall we say, correctional facilities around
Going to say
the
some
area.
resources. Yeah. Right.
So there are, because of the fact that we have so many different correctional facilities
Gotcha.
here, we have their families gravitating to here because they want to be near their loved ones who are incarcerated. So that's another reason why the Stockton essence has sort of gravitated toward the lower end of the spectrum.
But Stockton has a lot to offer. And Stockton is a beautiful city.
It's still a
it's
family city.
It's our port city here.
Yeah, but the thing is, what's happened with Stockton, which I've noticed, is you go out near the airport and you go out to the other smaller towns, and there are a lot of warehouses. There's a lot of warehouse work. So if you're an able-bodied person, you have a choice of where to work in a warehouse and make a livable wage.
Mm-hmm.
So
And there's
that
more
also.
warehouses popping up as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they keep building them, and
Well, it's mainly because of space, and also because the transportation is much more amenable than being in the East Bay, because in the Bay Area the freeways are congested almost 24 hours
daily.
a day.
Yes,
Not
you're
quite,
right.
but almost 24 hours a day. Let's say 22 hours a day. They're congested.
Yes. Can you imagine if, well, they say within 10 years we should be able to have the train station come through to where it's fast rail.
Right.
And what takes hours to get to the Bay Area now could it take anywhere from 21 minutes to half hour.
Well, the other thing is Jerry Brown's high-speed rail
Yes.
really is being built. A lot of people say, no, it's just a waste of money. Actually,
No,
it's something
it
that
isn't.
it's something that needs to be added to our infrastructure, because there are other states that actually are building forms of high-speed rail. I know in Florida, there's a private company that's building a high-speed rail. The one here in California will be publicly funded and publicly run. And so it will essentially span the state from south to north and everywhere in between. It's just they're projecting that you can go from here to Los Angeles after it's built for $100. and it's on par with like taking a bus, or
I would think it'd
it's-
be quicker, Art.
well, it's also, when you look at the price of a plane ticket, it's like
Pretty
it's,
expensive
yeah,
to
plane
fly.
tickets get still prohibitive, even though Stockton is getting service from Stockton to LA and back with United Express this coming year. I heard that they're charging, what is it, 158? I don't know whether that's round trip or one way.
I think that's one way.
Yeah, but that's still quite a bit of money to go down to Los Angeles. But
Yes.
yeah, it's and the thing with high-speed rail is not only will you be able to take your belongings, they'll be shipping freight on those
Right.
trains.
That's right.
Mainly produce. You can get them to the markets much more faster. So there are benefits to having a high-speed rail. Anyway, we've digressed from the. I think we're just going off on different subjects.
I think so, because
Within-
of course this is the new year, and I'm just kind of picking your brain.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Resolution. What is your New Year's resolution this year for 2019?
Well, my New Year's resolution is to, 1, eat less, and 2, become healthier.
Okay.
And
So
not
you're going green.
necessarily, well, not necessarily, yes, but not necessarily, going the exercise route, because I do have my limitations nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully, as I lose weight, I will be able to gain more flexibility and be able to do some of the things that I haven't been able to do for the last 2 or 3 years.
And you got to work out those muscles too, because that's something that I'm finding I'm losing. As we age, we do
Yeah.
lose. If you don't use your muscles, you lose them.
you
And
use
so-
it or lose it.
Yeah,
That's the
so
way
it is imperative that we do work out, that we do, do some kind of heavy lifting. I know I'm not one to go into the gym and lift all this weight. I like walking. I love dancing. I like doing other things other than being indoors. That just gets me hard. I don't like it. But then again, they do have everything that you need to work out head to toe, your whole body. And so I'm thinking about maybe, you know what? I do have some weights. So I'm thinking maybe I should just pull them out and do some lifting in the morning and work up that muscle. I swear, it's something that I never felt I had to do before. And now,
Well, that's the
I'm
thing.
really
at our
considering
age,
it.
At our age, yes, we
Yes.
need to
'cause
maintain
what we do have, right?
what strength we do have, because
That's important.
we're on the back side of that hill.
Yeah, don't scare me.
Yeah, that backside is not kind.
So tell me, what is the healthy way of eating today? What do you have in mind of changing your dish?
Oh,
So
well-
describe to me what your dish looks like today.
It is, unfortunately for me, a lot less red meat.
Okay, less.
And
Okay,
a
it's the
lot-
meat. When you say red, is it
Yes.
raw or is it kind of in between?
No,
pink?
less beef. I've eliminated almost all the pork from my diet,
Okay, so pork is out.
and
Oh.
I've eating more chicken and fish.
Chicken and
A lot
fish.
of poultry
yes.
and fish.
Fish is healthy. I love fish, and that's chicken
and,
too.
yeah. So a lot of people think the other thing is you gotta watch the carbs, because burning the carbs is harder and harder, especially as you age.
So
So
wow. So my daughter started a diet where she eliminated the carbs completely, and I'm
Right.
like, well, babe, every now and then, can you have a piece of bread? Nope.
yeah, it's
She's like, oh.
well. The one thing my doctor told me is that don't deny yourself, because you only live X amount of years, And you don't want to make yourself so miserable because you've eliminated things from your diet.
Right.
You know, it's just like chocolate pie. I don't eat it every day, but maybe once a month, maybe a couple times a month. It's like you don't deny yourself. Just be a lot more smart in the way you eat.
Aha.
Yeah, that's a thing.
So, how about fruits and veggies? That's something that I was raised on, only because Daddy was in agriculture
Right.
all his life. So he would bring home these crates of, vegetables and fruits. So much of it sometimes that we had no other choice but to can them.
Well, the other
You
thing
know?
is, we should be getting our sugars from natural sugar.
Yes.
Because, like, I'll eat, as opposed to, like, eating candy, I'll be doing what I did when I was younger, and that's grabbing a banana or grabbing an orange
Uh-huh.
and peeling the orange
Okay.
or eating an apple. And those are all natural forms of sugar
Right.
because I guess, nowadays diabetes is rampant. Or they're diagnosing diabetes a lot earlier than we used to.
And the number is
And-
much higher today too, Art.
Well,
That's kind of
yeah.
it's kind of scary, and you hear it more and more within the minorities.
Well, the other thing is that they did do us a favor by raising the price of soda because soda is one of the biggest culprits.
That's
of,
nothing but sugar.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's sugar from, it's not, it's a, what is that, a complex sugar? And it's not from a natural source, or the source is, it's processed, it's a processed sugar.
Yes.
And so your body processes that sugar a lot differently than, say, your natural sugar.
So when you say the natural sugars, you're talking like sugar from cane, the brown sugar.
I'm talking sugar from like an apple or an
Okay.
orange.
Okay, so you're talking about the fruits then.
Naturally
Natural.
producing.
Okay, got it. And that's something that I love. Bananas, apples. Oh my goodness! I'm in heaven. Oranges.
Yeah.
Right now, Mom's trees are producing so much fruit that I keep giving it away
Well,
because
the other thing is that we live here in the Central Valley,
Mm-hmm.
which has got to be the produce basket
yes, it is.
of the world. Because
Yes.
we've got such a diverse range of fruits and vegetables, stuff that you can't get anywhere else, and we should take advantage
True.
of that. That's another thing that my doctor said. Yeah, you need to take advantage of the fact that you can get practically anything in the way of fruits and vegetables here.
Yes, but you also have to look to see where it's coming from, how the produce has been treated, whether pesticides, that's something really big on me because I feel like because of the pesticides, a lot of people,
Well, you should be washing your fruit. And
yes, you can wash
vegetables
it for, now I'm peeling. I'm actually peeling the outer layer, getting rid of that.
Well,
Even after the wash, I still feel like it's not clean enough.
the other thing is that a lot of the vitamins are just underneath the skin, and when you peel it, you're
Getting rid of the
taking away a
vitamins.
lot of the nutrients. So you got to
So
be careful
just
there.
a good wash, then a good
Yeah.
scrub down. They say you can actually immerse your produce in vinegar and water
Yeah,
to get rid of
and warm water. Yeah.
warm water. Exactly, to get rid of anything and everything that may still be on
Well,
your fruit.
well, because when you go to the store, they actually spray with what is it? These hormones, not really hormones. They spray it with preservatives to keep it looking fresh. It's just like an apple. They actually spray it with a thin wax coating.
Yes, I
So
do
you have to
recall that.
wash that off
Yes.
in order before you eat it. Otherwise, you're ingesting that.
Right, and that's not healthy. You have to wonder, what is it doing to your insides, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, they say that some of that stuff breaks down in the body, and it's passed through. But there are some other, depending on what other types of fruits and vegetables you eat. There are some that just they break down
Right.
in your body. So yeah, so like there's all of that too. So
Okay, so what do you see doing a little different this year, 2019, than what you did last year? Besides, changing your diet, because that's something I'm concentrating to do too.
well,
That's
the other
important
thing
to
is,
me.
and I was just watching a video and it said you need to take action.
Action.
Because it's one thing to actually sit there and plan these things and actually write them down.
And follow
But
through with them,
if
right?
you need to take action. Yeah. And for a lot of people, that's the hardest thing to do, is actually getting to that step. And the action is like the fifth step in that process. And the fourth or the fifth step. And people they'll get down to deciding what they want to do and then writing it down. But when it actually gets to doing, it's a little bit more difficult. So yeah, that's
I hear you.
probably what you need
I hear
to do.
you. So it's a constant reminder every day as soon as you get up.
Yeah.
You know what? Having it right there plastered on the wall, or having it written somewhere where you actually get up and you see it, you read it.
Right.
It's like a reminder. Don't forget to do this. Follow through.
But then people are also listening and they're going, well, who are you to tell me this? Well, I'm giving it to you from my personal experience,
Yes.
from my years of living, especially in this town.
Exactly. Well, I came across something on Facebook, which I thought was cute, and it says, walk yourself out of your bad mood. Studies show that even a 10-minute walk immediately boosts brain chemistry to increase happiness. What do you think of that?
That's true.
Very true, because you may be really upset that day and you go out for a nice hard walk.
Right.
You walk it off.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're looking at it differently. You're a little more positive, feeling better about yourself. It's like, okay, it's not that bad after all.
Yeah. Not
So-
really. Yeah.
So I truly believe in that too.
Yeah.
Getting that 10-minute walk every day does good for the health, for the soul.
Okay.
Something I thought I'd mention. But dancing to me is something really big too. And then I ran across something else on Facebook. It says, dear music, thanks for always clearing my head, healing my heart, and lifting my spirits.
Yes.
And music does do that to me.
It's been proven.
Yes.
There have been scientific studies that show that listening to music will relax you. Mm-hmm. And yes, even if you're listening to that pounding rock, yeah, it will relax you. Depending on if that's what floats your boat, then go ahead.
Well, let's see. They actually did a test and they proved this. Orchestra music with a nice beat,
Right.
help the plants grow beautifully and very tall.
Yes.
But when it came to hard rock or the heavy metal, the plants just did not like it at all.
It's just like we were driving yesterday. We were driving. Where were we driving? Oh, we were driving up to Jackson,
Right.
and we're listening to the radio.
Okay.
I think it was one of the other stations here in town, and they were playing the Rolling Stones.
Okay.
And one guy commented, "Yeah, that guy's still playing, still rocking." How old is he now? Oh, I think he's in his 70s. Mick is in his 70s. Mm-hmm. He's now, I think he's pretty close. He's getting near 80.
Wow. Well, he's still going strong. He's still
and
singing away.
what is he? He's a grandfather.
Yes.
if he's not a great grandfather yet.
Don't know
And
that.
old grandpa's dating like a 30-year-old girl now. I'm going, hey, more power to him. If he can, still hang, he can hang.
Well, the thing is, I kind of feel sorry for the babies because they're going to be growing up without their daddy soon, and that's sad.
Well,
But then
yeah.
again, hey, mom will be all around, hopefully, and other family members. But
Well, reminds me of a friend of mine down in Southern California. He's in his, I guess, mid-50s now, and his dad is a retired surgeon
okay,
at UCLA
Yes.
Med. Well, he's retired, but he's dating a 35-year-old woman,
oh my goodness,
and here he is, his son, and both his sons are just dismayed by the fact that their dad is dating someone younger than them. And I asked my friend, I said, are you angry because she may take your inheritance? And he goes, no, it's just that, here he is. This is my father who was married to my mother, and since my mother died, now he's dating somebody who's younger than me. And I guess they're having it's hard to understand that fact.
yes, I think if they stop and look at, if dad is happy, that should be the most important thing.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, they just can't get used to a new face, a new person in the father's life because, of course, mom has been there for so long. And mom should be the only one, right?
That's true.
But, if mom is no longer there,
Yeah.
he should
Well,
be
who
able,
knows if
you know?
if it was switched and Mama was still alive, what if she was the one dating the 35-year-old guy? How would he feel then?
True. True. Very true. Something to think about.
It's just it's just perspective. The way you look at things. You need to just take a step back, look at it, and then well, you'll obviously formulate an opinion.
Right.
It's just that you need to look at their point of view. So yeah, 2019 brings many, many opportunities and possibilities, and
It's what you make it, right?
yes, many
So-
wondrous things.
Yes.
The thing is, make it what you want it to be.
Whatever makes you happy.
Follow your path.
Right.
Follow your dream.
Okay. Here's another one.
Okay.
In the journey of life, we pass pleasure and pain. There will be sunshine and rain. There will be loss and gain. But we must learn to smile again and again.
Well, the other thing is that if you've been knocked down a few times, you need to pick yourself up, dust yourself off,
That's right.
and go forward, because it's like nobody's gonna. You have to look at it from a viewpoint that only you will actually make a difference in your life.
Right.
It's like Steve Jobs once said, don't live somebody else's life.
That's right.
He said, live your own life.
We are all different. We all have different gifts, different talents. And, my God-given talent, I love, it's art. I am the most happiest camper out there while I'm slapping that paint on the windows or whatever wall or, doing a mural.
Right.
And that's something that I had in me ever since a child. And I recall that. And I remember telling my girls, we're all given a talent.
Right.
I fall back on that when something may fail, to get me going, at least get me over the hump, And I always tell my girls, they're very talented in music. And I told them, never give it up. That's a beautiful talent. I have a daughter, Sierra. She sings a cappella like a bird. She is so good, and she got that from my dad because my dad used to sing with the mariachi. So proud, traditional, music with his mariachi outfit on and his hat, and he sang from the heart. And Sierra's got that, and I love to see her sing and perform because it's all natural. It isn't work to her,
Yeah.
And I can tell she's the most happiest person when she's sharing her talent. And yeah, all my girls have something. We all do, and I always tell them, remember that you have that. Go for something, of course, that is going to bring in a good income,
Right.
So that way you can afford to have a good living.
Oh.
But always remember that you have something else, another talent there that makes you very happy,
Yeah.
and never give it up. I always tell them, never give it up.
That's good.
But thank you so much. Do
Yeah.
appreciate you coming in and visiting us here for a little while here.
Yeah, I had to find out. See, everything is moving along smoothly.
And it is. There's a
Yeah.
lot of things happening and are going to be happening with the radio station, and I'm excited. We're coming across more and more talent out there in the Stockton area.
Right.
And I feel really good because Stockton has so much talent. And when they come forth and they perform out there, I'll grab them and I'll bring them in, I'll interview them, and I'll even ask them if they have any music so that way we can play it for them so people can hear that, these Stocktonians can sing. These Stocktonians have so much talent to share.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be playing one by Diamond Dez called Do It. And she's a Stocktonian, quite the rapper.
Oh.
And she gave her life to the Lord. And you ought to hear her music. So you're going to hear it next. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Art,
You're welcome.
for coming in and being my guest today. I do
Yes.
appreciate you in a big way.
Thank you.
All righty. Here we go. You're listening to KXVS, the voice of San Joaquin. This is Diamond Dez with Do It.
I let's go dance. Ven conmigo, te voy a llevar a un lugar extraño que te va a gustar. Tonight is your night, this is your chance. Get on the dance floor y ponte a bailar. No tengas miedo, hay que gozar de este ritmo caliente que te hace mover. Agarra a tu pareja y déjame escoger a esa chulada que acaba de entrar. Get back, that's right, hazte para atrás. Ella conmigo quiere bailar. Dime si no, linda morenita.
Así es, papacito, mueve la colita. Yo quiero bailar contigo ahorita. La noche es corta, yo vine a gozar. Te miras muy bien, sácame a bailar. Vamos 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 a bailar.
Qué padre, qué bonito, qué suave la pasamos. Todos en el party, todos cotorreando. Vamos a bailar, that's right, let's go dance. Just get on the floor and take it to the max.
Tú lo has dicho, papacito, lo acabas de decir. Sácame a bailar, yo quiero presumir. En la pista de baile, quemarme como loca. Tócame, tócame, bésame en la boca. Ya nos conocemos, te miras muy bien. Llévame contigo, súbeme a tu tren. Vamos a bailar, sácame a bailar. La noche es corta, yo quiero gozar. Así es, papacito, mueve la colita. Yo quiero bailar contigo ahorita. La noche es corta, yo quiero gozar. Eres mi chico ideal, sácame a bailar. Vamos 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 a bailar.
This is the remix. Alex, Belix.
Todo empezó
Mientras ANX tocaba.
cuando yo la vi bailando y sin saber yo me fui enamorando. Su mano tomé y comenzamos a bailar. Nada pude hacer, yo no la podía soltar. Yo me acerqué a little closer y bailamos a little slower. I've never felt this way before. Y me enamoré, dancing kizomba. Me enamoré de su cintura, de su paso y de su piel. Dancing kizomba. De cómo sube y cómo baja y su peso sabor a miel. Dancing kizomba. Yo nunca había visto un monumento de mujer como usted. Dancing kizomba. Y dije tú que sabes que la noche no se acabe. Dancing kizomba. Esa mujer me paraliza el tiempo y sin querer se adueñó de mis sentimientos. voz, hey DJ, repite el tema otra vez and don't ever stop, pa' que la noche no se acabe. Yo me acerqué a little closer y bailamos a little slower. I've never felt this way before. Y me enamoré, dancing kizomba. Me enamoré de su cintura, de su paso y de su piel. Dancing kizomba. De cómo sube y cómo baja y su peso sabor a miel. Dancing kizomba. Yo nunca había visto monumento de mujer como usted. Dancing kizomba. Y DJ, tú que sabes que la noche no se acabe. Dancing kizomba. Yo nunca había visto ni resisto monumento de mujer que se moviera tan bien. No, no, que jugara con el viento y se meneara con la sola mientras al viento ella sola va diciéndolo. Que él me vende su cadera, va con ella donde quiere y donde quiere que ella crea va soltándolo. Y es esa chispa de su beso lo que me tiene en proceso de bailar junto con ella calentándonos. Yo me acerqué a little closer y bailamos a little slower. I've never felt this way before. Y me enamoré, dancing kizomba. Me enamoré de su cintura, de su paso y de su piel. Dancing kizomba. De cómo sube y cómo baja y su peso sabor a miel. Dancing kizomba. Yo nunca había visto monumento de mujer como usted. Dancing kizomba. Y DJ, tú que sabes que la noche no se acabe. Dancing kizomba.
Besarte en exceso me tiene loco. Dedicarte mi vida es todo lo que quiero. Eres única, sé que no me equivoco. Pide que hasta lo que no tengo te entrego. Mi corazón es todo tuyo. Mi bicicleta y mis canciones haré que te enamore.
Tengo 1000 canciones para darte. Tengo las 1001 noches y más cuentos que contarte. Tengo el secreto de tu sonrisa. Tengo todos los suspiros que se te roba la brisa. Y es verdad, tengo tanto para ti. Ahora solo falta un sí que me deje hacerte feliz. Y es verdad, tengo tanto y tengo más. Dejémoslo todo atrás, que este amor ya va a comenzar.
Voy a llevarte al altar, nada te va a faltar, te lo prometo. Que te quiero para el mundo, ya no es un secreto. Soy tuyo por completo, tú me tienes el corazón repleto de amor. Ya me aprendí hasta dolor, que entre ti y existe una conexión. Mamacita, estoy seguro que esto sí es amor.
Tengo 1000 canciones para darte.
Tengo las 1001 noches y unos cuentos que contarte.
Tengo el secreto de tu sonrisa. Tengo todos los suspiros que se te roba la brisa.
Mamacita, dale, vamos a intentarle. Dime que sí, a ver qué sale.
Somos dos locos iguales, haces girar mis pedales.
En cosas del amor todo se vale.
Soy todo un atleta, tu boca es mi meta. Amarte es ir al polo sin chaqueta, porque es más fácil cruzar el Niágara en bicicleta. Tengo una bicicleta que no para de rodar hasta tu casa. Tengo las suelas gastadas por andar detrás de ti. Tengo esta miopía de mirarte, dolor de cabeza de pensarte. Si no te das cuenta, niña, no sé qué va a ser de mí. Tengo 1000 canciones para darte. Tengo las 1001 noches y más cuentos que contarte. Tengo el secreto de tu sonrisa. Tengo todos los suspiros que se te roba la brisa. Y es verdad, tengo tanto para ti. Ahora solo falta un sí que me deje hacerte feliz. Y es verdad, yeah. Gaby Music. Más playa, playa porque. La Z y la L. Alquilado, bicicleta.
Yo, welcome to another world, another place. Fire, fire.
Quiero hablar de sentimientos. Dejemos el amor en la gaveta. Ahí vivamos el momento. Tenemos una noche completa. Para que la disfrutes, pero sin compromiso. Con el teléfono en mute, hasta nuevo aviso. Fuego, fuego, hoy quiero fuego, fuego. Quiero que tu pasión me queme. Fuego, fuego, hoy quiero fuego, fuego. Fuego, fuego, quiero que tu pasión me queme. Como fuego,
La abuelita mía de todo con ambiente normal de sentimiento que tú hasta el otro día. Dame un abrazo sin lazo, cupido le rechazo y por si acaso no conocen mis intenciones. Vine para hacerla bien pero sin emociones. Don't take it to the better stay, let's stay fun. You're just so beautiful, girl, you look better in my hand. I like the way you feel, no see how it's working.
fuego, fuego. Hoy quiero fuego, fuego. Quiero que tu pasión me queme. Fuego, fuego. Fuego, fuego. Hoy quiero fuego, fuego. Quiero que tu pasión me queme. Como fuego, fuego. Quiero hablar de sentimientos. Dejemos el amor en la gaveta. Ahí vivamos el momento. Tenemos una noche completa.
You know what we came here for, so get up in the mood. Set the tone and wiggle your body head forward. We came to exercise alright and just party tonight. So get on this damn dance floor. You ready to rock? You ready to touch? And just wind up and get your damn hands up. Or get in the groove, get in the mood. Whisper all in your ear until my time's up. You ready to, you ain't ready for that. Sit the minute, get run, feel the weight of my tongue. Blow the narrow, busy Shapiro. Move me into like a headless on Shakira.
Hoy quiero fuego, fuego. Quiero que tu pasión me queme. Como fuego, fuego. Fuego, fuego. Hoy quiero fuego, fuego. Quiero que tu pasión me queme. Fuego, fuego.
Zapata el filo, Platinum Record,
Fuego, fuego.
Gan BC, Haiti.
Deja que se enteren como yo te quiero y como tú me quieres. Deja que nos miren cuando te enamores, no te quejes. Deja que mi alma brille. Dime qué hago contigo. No me des pena por mi vida, te lo pido. De verdad no tengo miedo, pero ahora es cuando quiero que me dejes que te mire y que te bese si es que puedo. Tú eres una necesidad y solo con un par de besos tú puedes derretir mi fuego, puedes incendiar mi mar. Si no me das un beso ya, tu boca se la lleva el viento. Y como le digo, lo siento a este cuerpo que quiere amar. Tú eres la casualidad más hermosa que me trajo el cielo. ¿Quién digo que yo estoy despierto si no paro de soñar? Si no me das un beso ya, tu boca se la lleva el viento. Y como le digo, lo siento a este cuerpo que quiere amar. Deja que te bese, deja que te bese, deja que lo intente, deja que te invite a que te enamores de esta noche, una noche aquí entre miles. Me he enamorado, nunca lo olvides, no ha sido fácil porque muero en tus perfiles, me has atrapado, no te confíes. Deja que te bese, te prometa y deja que te olvide. Tú eres una necesidad y solo con un par de besos tú puedes derretir mi fuego, puedes incendiar mi mar. Si no me das un beso ya, tu boca se la lleva el viento. Y como le digo, lo siento a este cuerpo que quiere amar. Tú eres la casualidad más hermosa que me trajo el cielo. ¿Quién digo que yo estoy despierto si no paro de soñar? Si no me das un beso ya, tu boca se la lleva el viento. Y como le digo, lo siento a este cuerpo que quiere amar.
Do you want to relive the golden days of Stockton? Join Nate Knott on Stockton Alive every first and third Monday at 6 p.m. Tune into thevoiceofstockton.org.
And of course, you have been listening to KXVS, the voice of San Joaquin. Almost said Stockton, but I stopped. It's the voice of San Joaquin. Whoop, whoop. Excited to say that because it's something new. And yes, it is 2019. Happy New Year to everybody. And in Espanol, es la voz de San Joaquin, el Valle de San Joaquin, which has a nice ring to it too. Hey, you know what? I wanted to share with you that Gallo, which is a good friend of mine, what a wonderful person, what a wonderful heart. But you could actually hear Gallo and Yoshi Ramos, La Hermosa, on KXVS on Sabor Latino every Friday. I got them down for every Friday to come in and do an interview, do a show for you. They are awesome individuals. What a couple. And, you know, I'm just excited to have them here on Sabor Latino for you. Okay. So remember, it's Fridays 4 to 6 p.m. So tune in and check them out. And not only that, but let somebody else know so that way they can also tune in. Look for us on TuneIn Radio or Simple Radio app as well, Twitter, and, of course, all social media as well. You could also find us at kxvs.org or thevoiceofstockton.org and check them out, okay? They are hilarious, so get ready to roll with laughter on Fridays, okay? All right, and for any of you that would like to donate an hour or two of your time at a radio station, please look us up right here on KXVS. Give us a call at 209-467-4455. Let us know that you are interested. We would love to have you, okay? And for DJs, I'm looking for DJs to come in and play on Saturdays. I still have some Saturdays available for January. So please give me a call. Leave your name and number. If I can't get to you right away, I will give you a call, okay? Let's get you on the calendar. And I'm talking all DJs, male and female, okay? All right. So thank you so much for tuning in. We still have an hour to go, so I'm going to continue to play good music for you right here on KXVS 92.1 FM. Not only that, but if you have an event, please give us a call. Drop off a flyer right over here at 231 Bedford Road. And make sure you get it to us so that way we can get it on the air for you. You could actually announce it yourself if you choose to do that. So keep that in mind, okay? We're over here off the Miracle Mile, 231 Bedford Road. Big old sign that reads KXVS outside in front. Can't miss it. All right, here we go. This is Ritmo de mi Cuba. Celia Cruz.
Let the music control and let your body rock. You know the boys stay fresher than livestock. Mixing timber on top of the hip hop. Move your body, shake your body. You heard me while I touch your body. Out here we live by one rule. Violate and high pursuit is my thing.
DJ no lo pare que quiero bailar con ella. Don't stop the music. Esta noche yo le voy a dejar mi huella. Don't stop the music. DJ no lo pare que quiero bailar con ella. Don't stop the music. Esta noche yo le voy a dejar mi huella. Don't stop the music. Y a la misma escena, diferente día. Ella buena y yo loco por hacer la mía. Se mueve sensual, se viste atrevida. Y yo le quiero dar todo lo que ella me pida. Esto va hasta abajo, que estás allá arriba. Que se vaya para el carajo y que no mueva la barriga. No es cuando tú quieras, es cuando yo diga. Nos vemos allá afuera, avísala a tu amiga. Y yo como siempre, loco. Ella como siempre, atrevida. Cuando la veo yo me sofoco. Y tengo que partirle para arriba. Y yo como siempre, loco. Ella como siempre, atrevida. Cuando la veo yo me sofoco. Y tengo que partirle para arriba. DJ no lo pare que quiero bailar con ella. Don't stop the music. Esta noche yo le voy a dejar mi huella. Don't stop the music. DJ no lo pare que quiero bailar con ella. Don't stop the music. Esta noche yo le voy a dejar mi huella. Don't stop the music. Oye, yo no me destaco, yo no soy así. Yo me fumo un taco y me pongo pa' no bailo por gusto, bailo para darte gusto. Porque cuando tú te pegues, sacarte un susto. No es que yo me suelte, es que yo me ajusto. Yo no me hago el fuerte, es que soy robusto. Ya conmigo no compita, que va a ser por gusto. I'm ready for whatever, so get used to it. Yeah, I'm busy.
Yo.
Break it down for me, man. I like that hook you were doing the other day,
Like
man.
it, huh?
Yeah.
All right, let's see how we do it, huh? Hip hop, you don't stop. Hip hop, you don't stop.
Outside.
Hip hop, you don't stop. To the hip hop, you don't stop.
Y yo como siempre loco, ella como siempre atrevida. Cuando la veo yo me sofoco y tengo que partirle para arriba. ¿Tú lo sabías? Y yo como siempre loco, ella como siempre atrevida. Cuando la veo yo me sofoco y tengo que partirle para arriba. Empieza en la cocina y termina en la sala. Como camina, la mami no para. Mío no compita, que va a ser por gusto. Wait, I'm ready for whatever, so get used to it. Yeah, busy. Yeah, de Cali Bay. Woo.
¿Recuerdas el día cuando nos conocimos? Era un día especial, era un bendito domingo en la iglesia y sentado estabas tú rezando, le rogabas a Dios, tu alma estaba llorando, me senté cerca de ti y algo raro me pasó, sentí el amor de Dios al mismo tiempo tu dolor, y me di cuenta que no estaba soñando, era mi corazón que te estaba llamando, te tomé de la mano y comencé a rezar contigo, de repente una voz dijo que eras mi destino, ya habíamos encontrado lo que estábamos buscando. Hoy quiero ser tuya, soy feliz. Me estoy enamorando de ti. Qué lindo es lo que siento por ti. Diosito, déjame vivir, porque quiero ser feliz. Me estoy enamorando
perdido, totalmente confundido. Ella me rescató de ese amor tan maldecido, pero hoy es diferente, mi vida ha cambiado. Con mis angelitos sigo siempre caminando. Recuerdo ese día cuando nos conocimos, era un domingo en la iglesia, cuando los dos descubrimos que la linda amistad es el primer fundamento de una relación que nace con el tiempo. Gracias Padre nuestro por el amor que yo he encontrado, con ella quiero ser feliz.
Me estoy enamorando de ti. Qué lindo es lo que siento por ti. Diosito, déjame vivir, porque quiero ser feliz. Estoy enamorando de ti. Qué lindo es lo que siento por ti. Diosito, déjame vivir, porque quiero
Hermanos, el Señor esté con ustedes y con la bendición de Dios Padre Todopoderoso, Hijo y Espíritu Santo, vayan en paz. La misa ha terminado.
Yo, estamos listos para dar un movimiento aquí en el Bay Area. Fito Reynoso, Gang Busy, 2-4.
Todo lo que brilla no es oro, la piedra rodando se encuentra. Yo te puse a bailar con mi coro y ahora es que yo me doy cuenta. Yo a ti te conozco mulata, con tu movimiento maltratas. Y a todos los hombres son sata, cuando en la pista te pones sata. Yo a ti te conozco mulata, con tu movimiento maltratas. Y a todos los hombres son sata, cuando en la pista te pones sata.
Se vuelve loca, es un movimiento que provoca, anda sexy con poquita ropa. Come on, girl, you know I know you. Me mira y se muerde la boca. Anda con ropa, cara, toma bebida, cara, si le ve lady, para si te tiraste sola en la esquina, se para la ducha, jala la paqueta llena bala, ella nadie le iguala, mala como Juliana, porque le da la gana, se comió la manzana, fiesta hasta la mañana, dice que de La Habana, anda con dos cubanas, fuma la marihuana, ana, bombana, no.
Yo a ti te conozco mulata, con tu movimiento maltratas. Y a todos los hombres son sata, cuando en la pista te pones sata. Yo a ti te conozco mulata, con tu movimiento maltratas. Y a todos los hombres son sata, cuando en la pista te pones sata.
Alright, here we go. Mommy, ready, no. Live by the motto, yeah, live and die slow. Roll on 24s, living la vida low. Breaking my cortisone, no. Danger in the fields of Cuba, on the beach of Aruba. All I wanted was you, but you had to go and do it. Now I'm just going through it, sipping the mini rum, going diggy dumb, trapping and rapping. I bumped into it's my love thing. You're killing me slow, girl. Might as well go bang. Let me catch my breath. Mama, I did it right. Where did we go left? You know my name. Study my gang. That's on gang. I put that on everything. I know, but you gotta go. This is the last time. Hasta luego.
Yo a ti te conozco mulata, con tu movimiento maltratas. Y a todos los hombres son sata, cuando en la pista te pones sata. Yo a ti te conozco mulata, con tu movimiento maltratas. Y a todos los hombres son sata, cuando en la pista te pones sata.
Y me busqué lo que no está pa' mí. Yo me busqué lo que no está pa' mí. Y me he metido adentro de su cintura. Adentro de su cintura. Y yo que antes no era así. Ay, no era así. Ahora me tiene al borde de la locura. Dice los pitos.
Y si por ahí tú la ves, dile que no me importa que sea tan mala, que quiero tenerla otra vez. Y si por ahí tú la ves, dile que no me importa que sea tan mala, que quiero tenerla otra vez. Mala,
sale, mala, mala, malita y bien, mala, mala. Tú eres más mala que la sale, mala, mala, malita y bien, mala, mala. Tú eres más mala que la sale, mala, mala, malita y bien. Si tú eres más mala que la sale.
Baby, have no fear, Kimbo's here. Let's get right to it. I can work that stress off your neck with a bubble bath and candles. It's just the two of us, so close the door. Nobody's home. Oh, let me taste yours, you taste mine. We can do this every time. And I just wanna say, baby, let me freak you from the side. We can do it all night, 'cause I like your flavor. You can touch my chest, I'll touch your thigh. We can pump and grind, 'cause I like your flavor. Baby, let me freak you from the side. We can do it all night, 'cause I like your flavor. You can touch my chest, I'll touch your thigh. We can pump and grind, 'cause I like your flavor. I can feed you cherries on the side and make this our mission. Let's switch positions. Baby, look deep into my eyes. You make me fantasize. Movies play in my mind. It's just the two of us, so close the door. Nobody's home. Oh, let me taste yours, you taste mine. We can do this every time. And I just wanna say, baby, let me freak you from the side. We can do it all night, 'cause I like your flavor. You can touch my chest, I'll touch your thigh. We can pump and grind, 'cause I like your flavor. Baby, let me freak you from the side. We can do it all night, 'cause I like your flavor. You can touch my chest, I'll touch your thigh. We can pump and grind, 'cause I like your flavor. Oh baby, I like your flavor. Oh, oh baby, I like your flavor. Oh, baby, let me freak you from the side. We can do it all night, 'cause I like your flavor. 'Cause I like your flavor. You can touch my chest, I'll touch your thigh. We can pump and grind, 'cause I like your flavor. Baby, let me freak you from the side. We can do it all night, 'cause I like your flavor. You can touch my chest, I'll touch your thigh. We can pump and grind, 'cause I like your flavor. I like your flavor.
Y yo como siempre loco, ella como siempre atrevida. Cuando la veo yo me sofoco y tengo que partirle para arriba. Y no lo vale que quiero bailar con ella. Esta noche yo le voy a dejar mi huella. Y no lo vale que quiero bailar con ella. Esta noche yo le voy a dejar mi huella.
Don't stop, can't stop, won't stop. Let the music control and let your body rock. You know the boys stay fresher than livestock. Mixing timber on top of the hip hop. Move your body, shake your body. You heard me while I touch your body. Out here we live by one rule. Violate and high.
partirle para arriba. Y yo como siempre loco, ella como siempre atrevida. No la veo yo, me sofoco y tengo que partirle para arriba. Dije no los bares que quiero bailar con ella. Esta noche yo le voy a dejar mi huella. Dije no los bares que quiero bailar con ella. Esta noche yo le voy a dejar mi huella. Oye, yo no me destaco, yo no soy así. Yo me fumo un taco y me pongo para no bailo con gusto, bailo para darte gusto. Porque cuando tú te pegues, sacarte un susto. No es que yo me suelte, es que yo me ajusto. Yo no me hago el fuerte, es que soy robusto. Ella conmigo no compita, que va a ser por gusto. I'm ready for whatever, so get used to. Yeah, I'm busy.
Yo.
Break it down for me, man. I like that hook you were doing the other day,
Like
man.
it, huh?
Yeah.
All right, let's see how we do it, huh? Hip hop, don't stop. Hip hop, don't stop.
Outside.
Hip hop, don't stop. To the hip hop, don't stop.
Y yo como siempre loco, ella como siempre atrevida. Cuando la veo yo me sofoco y tengo que partirle para arriba. ¿No sabía? Y yo como siempre loco, ella como siempre atrevida. Cuando la veo yo me sofoco y tengo que partirle para arriba. Empieza en la cocina y termina en la sala. Como camina, la mami no para. Mío no compita, que va a ser por gusto. I'm ready for whatever, so get used to. Yeah, busy. Yeah, de Cali Bay.
I've been staying pretty clean. See, I don't touch that thing. Like a noose on my neck, it haunts me like death. How I pray for my freedom now. Lord, show me a sign how. They say I need to be checked. Friends think I'm just a hot mess, yeah. My life is like breathing underwater now. I said my life is like breathing underwater now. I take my last breath when I look around. My life is like, my life is like breathing underwater now. 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 The pressure's up to here now. It hurts to even swallow now. I need to be strong. My last hope all is gone. I'm sinking in quicksand. No one there to lend me a hand. They say I need to be checked. Friends think I'm just a hot mess, yeah. My life is like breathing underwater now. I said my life is like breathing underwater now. I take my last breath when I look around. My life is like, my life is like breathing underwater now. 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 Underwater now. Underwater now. Underwater now. Underwater now. Underwater now. My life is like breathing 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 underwater now. Breathing underwater now. Breathing
mind and my heart. I believe in love, and these happy feelings, feel that happy feeling, I'll spread them all over the world, from deep in my soul. I wish you happy feeling, what I mean.
Attention, Stockton. Are you experiencing a transition in business, relationships, health, or your life purpose? I'm Darius Oliver, and I help people to look within and find clarity and direction in their constantly changing lives. Tune in and listen with me as I go deep into your patterns and personal cycles through divine numerology. Any life transition you're experiencing can be illuminated by an in-depth analysis of your chart. For the first time in Stockton, you now have access to a professional numerologist here to help you light your own way. I'm in the booth to help you find your own truth. Tune in to Divine Numerology every Friday at 3 p.m. on The Voice of Stockton.
My name is Josh, and you're listening to KXVS, the voice of Stockton, 92.1 FM. Catch us live on Facebook, YouTube, and the TuneIn app. My mind and my heart, I believe in love, and these happy feelings, feel that happy feeling, I'll spread them all over the world, from deep in my soul.
got my mind and my heart, yeah. And I believe in above and these happy feelings. Ooh, I'll spread them all over the world. These happy feelings, yeah. I'll spread them all over the world. These happy, happy feelings, I'll spread them all over the world. Tell you about that feeling, yeah, yeah. All right, all right. Tell you about that feeling, yeah, yeah. Every day. Tell you about that feeling, yeah, yeah. Won't go back to the Tell you about that feeling, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. You say it's all over, but you won't go, no. In spite of all the good times, you hurt me so. But I wish you well, girl. I hope you find your true. I wish you well, girl. I want the same things too. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I used to be a lover, but now we're friends. That's the only way true love begins. I wish you well, girl. I hope you find your truth. I wish you well, girl. I want the same things too.
And of course, you've been listening to KXVS 92.1 FM, the voice of San Joaquin. And of course, that was Frankie Beverly Mays, I Wish You Well. The one before that was also done by Frankie Beverly with Happy Feelings. And then we had Kimball Hooker with Breathing Underwater. Don't Stop the Music by Gombizi and Dos Four. Then I had Kimball Hooker again doing I Like Your Flow right here on KXVS, your community radio station on Sabor Latino. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do appreciate you in a big way. And again, like I've been saying, happy New Year. Happy 2019. I shall see you tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on your community radio station off the Miracle Mile in Stockton.
In spite of all the good times, you hurt me so, but I wish you well, girl. I hope you find your truth. I wish you well, girl. I want the same things too. I wish you well, girl. Oh, I hope you find your truth. Ooh, ooh, oh.
Te busco porque eres mi corazón, mi amor, te busco porque a los placeres no le encuentro gusto, nada es igual si tú no estás. Pregunto si lo que yo siento lo sentimos juntos. Yo quisiera darte toditito el mundo y más por ver lo que pasa. A tu lado de nada tengo temor, porque son tus ojos quien me dan valor, que no habrá paso sin tu mano. El camino acompañado es mejor. Tú dices a donde quieras y yo voy. Toma mi mano y vámonos volando, que la vida se nos va y no nos va a esperar y se nos va a escapar. Vámonos volando, que la vida se nos va y no nos va a esperar y se nos va a escapar. Sin prisa me darás todos tus besos y caricias. Cada vez que salga el sol y se despida, yo te abrazaré, nunca te dejaré. A tu lado de nada tengo temor, porque son tus ojos quien me dan valor, que no habrá paso sin tu mano. El camino acompañado es mejor. Tú dices a donde quieras y yo voy. Toma mi mano y vámonos volando, que la vida se nos va y no nos va a esperar y se nos va a escapar. Vámonos volando, que la vida se nos va y no nos va a esperar y se nos va a escapar. Dijo que todo está perdido.
Yo vengo a ofrecer ¿Quién dijo que todo está perdido? Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón.
Vámonos volando, que la vida se nos va y no nos va a esperar y se nos va a escapar. Vámonos volando, que la vida se nos va y no nos va a esperar y se nos va a escapar.
Hoy me desperté con el mensaje que dejaste.